thing about Scotland is, it's bonny. It's very bonny. Is it bonny enough? Aye, it's just bonny enough. Right guys, 5:30 in the morning, and we'd head up Dunnichen Hill to see if we can catch another sunrise, because I've got a wee bit of a sunrise bug. You should be looking over Letham, towards the Letham direction, and sunrise isn't far away, so I better get my finger out or I'm going to miss it by the time I get to the top of the hill. Ones have opened like 20,000 gates to get there. It's aye. Last gate, hopefully. Just an upward climb. After doing these videos, I should be fit as a fiddle. A bit windy. It's not cold. I took the bonnet just in case. And hopefully around this corner here, just out of these trees, I'm fingers crossed, hoping that it opens up. But I'll find out in a minute. If the sun comes up right and it just kisses the top of the buildings over in Letham, I think we should have a pretty special picture, and maybe a pretty special picture for the folk of Letham. But definitely glad I brought the bonnet, because it's a bit windy, as you could probably hear. Hopefully it's not too windy on the video, but look up there, look. Oranges are just coming through the clouds, and it's hitting the top clouds just now. So we've obviously got a couple of layers here. The lower clouds are staying grey just now, but hopefully it's all mixing up for a good sunrise photo. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll have to get up as early as I did for the last one. It was just a couple of weeks ago. An extra half hour in bed. Everything's starting to change. Colours of the trees are starting to change. So quite exciting time for a photographer, because everything's green just now in the summertime, but when it starts changing and the browns and the oranges and everything come through in the trees, it really adds better effect to the photos. Photos in the summer are fine, but everything's kind of the same colour. When you get into autumn or coming out of spring, everything's changing, everything's mixing up, and it really does make for good photos. If anybody follows me on Facebook, they'll have seen the video I posted in the morning yesterday on my story where I was leaving for work, and it was just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I've never seen a sunrise like that before, but it only lasted for 10, 20 minutes, not even 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and it was gone, and it was just grey and dull. You wouldn't even have thought there was a stunning sunrise. So as you can see, I'm on ISO 100, which is the ISO setting that I prefer. Gives you a nice crisp picture just about every time. And I've had to fluctuate my aperture rating, my f rating. I was buzzing at about f8 for a while there, but I've put it up to f11. And I seem to be getting good contrast with my sky and my ground there. And then my shutter speed is 1/20th of a second, which sounds quick, but it's on the verge of becoming to the side where the slower ratings are. If I show you, there, look, 15, and then when you get down, 1 second, that's the shutters open, and it takes a second for the shutter to open and close. But as you can see, the further you go, there's 8 seconds. That's the shutter open for 8 seconds. And as you can see, oh, my messy finger. As you can see, I'm wanting it about 11.
Happy most of the time, and we.
Sometimes when I'm taking photos, I'm not focused on what's in front of me. I forget about what's behind me. And always look behind you, because there's a flock of sheep creeping up on me right about there. But also away in the distance there's the Sidlaw Hills pointing towards Dundee. And the composition on that side, I've got good composition on that side, as I've just showed you with the picture there. But when you look here, I've got hills rolling to the left. I've got the aerials in the background that are sit on top of the Sidlaws. I've got sheep, I've got trees, and I've got a steep banking shooting from the high side at the right, from a line of trees right down to the trees at the bottom of the hill. And I hope these are friendly sheep, because they're just standing there staring at me like they want a square go. I think I should offer them a banana as a peace offering. Here sheep! What a banana! So I've decided to move. The light's not doing what I want to do. As I said before, you win some, you lose some. This looks like a bonny picture, but I'm going to jump down, I'm going to wander down this wall line, because I can see the sun poking through. See what we can see down here. So I've took a photo of this composition because it looks stunning. You've got the run of the dyke going at an angle. You've got the distance, you've got Roscoby Loch over in the distance, you've got the sun peeking through the trees. And it's just my luck that I moved from one side of the hill to the other and the sun comes out. So I need to get out of these trees now, but there's a brilliant composition. Trees on the right, wall going off at an angle towards the sunshine, hills on the left, grey clouds, and a bright light. Brilliant composition. As I knew would happen, the sun's come out away down here. So I need to get out of these trees. I need to get down to the bottom here and see what I can see, but guaranteed when I get down here the sun will disappear. There'll be a big grey cloud back over it. Oh, is that moth going in my mouth? No? And a big grey cloud will appear. But it looks stunning there just now, so I'll put the camera down and I'll try and get my finger out, get my running shoes on. Here sheep! What a banana! So I'm glad I made the decision to move when I did, because this view from this side, you can't really see it there. The camera kind of burns the camera out, but wow, it's stunning. Leffham's just down there behind me, just follow that tree line there, now take you to Leffham in Angus, Scotland. And if I can creep around slowly, the sun is just causing a haze all the way over there.
Said you needed a break and left with no heads up. I was strong for your sake, but it made my heart drop. 'Cause it's always been you and I. Give me one more try, this is messing with my mind.
So, just now I'm shooting at 1/50th of a second. F8 up the aperture. ISO 100 as always. and there's just like a triangle of light coming down over there, and I'm hoping that oh, there we go. I've got the kind of triangle. I've put the exposure right down. I've put my shutter to 200 of a second. That's a quick. So the less light gets in, and it takes away the haze and the white burn on the picture that the sun's causing. And I'm hoping that this really does bring up a really good picture, because I'm quite excited about it. What I can see in my eye, if I can get that transferred onto my camera, and the vision and the ideas I've got running about my head, if I can get that transferred onto my camera, and this picture should be pretty good. I've got a dry stone dike right in front of me. I could maybe have that as a foreground effect with this sun in the background. I might drop my camera down on the tripod a wee bit. The glare's just too much for this camera.
I was strong for your sake, but it made my heart dry. 'Cause it's always been you and I. Give me one more try. This is messing with my mind. Not gonna lie, but I'll give you the space so you can figure this out. I've been losing sleep and it won't get better. I can't get my mind.
So Dunnichen Hill's famous for its Pictish stone. It's actually up, if you want to go and see it, it's on display in the Methven Museum in Forfar. But it's also famous for an illegal rave, an illegal kind of festival that used to go on up here. And there used to be thousands of people descended on Dunnichen Hill. It got so bad that the farmers put in complaints to the police all the time because of the loud music and the rowdy festival goers. And there was rumours of cattle being killed and dogs getting shot. It was just all round craziness with a rave theme in the background. That was in maybe the early 90s, late 90s maybe it was. And that was quite wild up here. Thousands of people used to go up here, thousands of people. I remember hearing stories of them having to dig up the road to stop people driving up to set up festivals. And I've also heard rumours of an 8,000 watt speaker getting condemned by the police. Whether that's true or not I don't know, but that's the story I heard. And but with views like this, you know why they picked this spot. Raving all night, partying all night, and then bonny sunrises like this to look at in the morning. Aye, festival spot, definitely. But yeah, maybe they didn't behave themselves as well as they should have, and they ruined it for themselves, but that's their own fault, isn't it? And I came up here for a sunrise, and I'm getting a sunrise now. I'm quite excited about the way the light's dancing through the clouds, but it's not a sunrise in the sense of the really bright orange colours that I was getting yesterday and I got the last time I was up over on Dunnichen Hill there. But I'm getting a bit spoilt here with the light. The sun's just a way to crest over the top of the clouds there, but there's that many holes in the clouds. Every time I look at it, the sun's doing a different dance, and it's just lighting up little patches away in the distance. And sometimes it just takes a wee bit to stand back. You could come and take photos, and like I come on these walks to do my videos and to take photos to show you guys the surrounding areas of Angus. But I'm not just coming up and standing in a position for 2 seconds and then taking off again, taking photos to the next position. I'm standing at a position for a good 45 minutes because it changes every 2 minutes. So if you're going out and taking photos, don't just be in a rush to try and get to the next spot unless you're chasing a sunrise at 20 to 6 in the morning. Take your time, just stand back, enjoy the peace and quiet, and watch the sunlight change everything in front of you. And every 2 seconds you could have a different photo on the same landscape. I mean, just now I can see about 20 beams of light shining through the clouds, and a minute ago there was 4 big beams of light, and every time I look back it just changes. So take your time, don't be in a rush, you've got a day, and you might get a cracking photo at the end of it. What's that on the top of my... Looks like I've got a nipple on my head. Can't flatten it out. Aye, so the more you like and subscribe, the more I can be talking to myself walking through the woods, like, oh, and falling down rabbit holes like a crazy nutter. So started off this video looking for the sunrise over on the east side of Dunnichen Hill, and it just shows you how much your luck can change, because I was sitting around there getting all depressed with myself that I'd gotten up at what time did I get up at? Just 10 to 5 I got up at, and I was feeling all depressed with myself because I've wasted my time getting up at that time, and the sunrise was ruined by a big dirty grey cloud. And then we just held off an hour, and I'm getting a light show from the sun, and it really is a treat on the eyes, and it just shows you, just be a wee bit patient, and when you're taking photographs, don't just take 1 or 2 photographs, take heaps, take as many as you can. You've got an SD card there, you don't have to keep buying film like you used to. Just cram pack your SD card full as many photos as you can, because there's nothing worse than going home and not having enough photos, and you're just like scrimping and scraping through thinking that you got 2 or 3 good photos and you've only took 10 photos. Take 200 photos, take 300 photos. The more photos you've got, the better it is for yourself, because you'll have, guaranteed there'll be a few good photos in amongst that 200 photos. It sounds a lot of photos, but it's not when you're rattling off a photo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at a time. It soon fills up your SD card. And remember, you can just transfer that to your laptop and then you can wipe it and start again. You don't have to keep buying heaps and heaps of SD cards. If you've got a laptop with a decent memory, just cram that SD card to its full capacity and then pop it onto your laptop. Wipe it, back in the camera. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Hey guys, mind and like and subscribe if you can, much appreciated. My subscribers are going up and up every week. And comment if you can. I always reply to comments. I've been having quite a good few conversations on YouTube in the comment section and on my Facebook page. So if you go to my Facebook page, look up Gary Chapman on Facebook, and you'll see all my photos, all my good photos that I post. And aye, message me, send me a friend's request. There'll be a link to my GTC photography page on Facebook as well, on that page. So aye, go in here, snoop about here, look. Always comment if you can, and like and subscribe on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it, and it'll keep me getting out and about to these bonny places in the morning. But I really appreciate the support, guys, and thank you very much.
I've been losing sleep and it won't get better. I can't get my mind off of you.